Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Max Mercury. This is a gold label Walmart exclusive. Huge shout out to my boy Corey for finding this for me. Still looking for Vampire Shazam, but I'm sure I'll find him soon. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane toys, ages 12 plus. This is part of the gold label collection. A gold label figure is simply a retailer exclusive, whether it be GameStop or Target. This particular gold label is a Walmart exclusive. DC Multiverse, Max Mercury. He's a Speedster, another good guy that has access to the Speed Force. He comes with a bunch of energy effects, collector's card, display stand. One side of the package, Max Mercury from the Flash comics. Other side, Max Mercury. At the bottom, there's his barcode, if that helps anybody. And at the back, here he is, posed up from the comics. So no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. We have a display stand, a collector's card, and 4 Speed Force effects. Before we take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is Max Mercury. He was a member of the U.S. Cavalry in the 19th century. Following a massacre of Native Americans, a dying shaman enchanted Max, granting him unlimited super speed and the ability to shift his molecules and passive solid objects. His real name is unknown, but he's been known as many things over the years. Quicksilver, Windrunner, Whip Whirlwind, the Zen Master of Speed, and Max Mercury. He's tried to penetrate the mysteries of the Speed Force many times, but each time he finds himself skipping forward in time, and this is resulting in him ending up in the 21st century. He's a speedster that I personally have never heard of, but I welcome more of the Flash family to the collection. So let's take a look. Starting with his head here, he's got, I don't know, a blue sort of cap covering his hair, and some red parts of the mask, his eyes, you can see the skin all around them, a little red dot on his forehead. Looks kind of weird. Big, giant, exaggerated pop collar up one side, down to the other. Looks like it's done on the Blue Beetle Booster Gold body. You can see the 2 large abs prominent on the top. I wonder if maybe he uses Dead Man's torso here. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, pretty basic body, but another Speedster and Flash Ally to that to the mix. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Honestly, I think his mask looks kind of dumb. Not impressed. Now let's check out his accessories, starting off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand, typical McFarlane display stand we've seen a million times before. It's very thin, very basic. Now for his collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of Max Mercury from the Flash comics. Max Mercury from the Flash. On the back, there's a description. If you want to read that, pause now. Now for his Speed Force effects. He has 4 of them. They're cast in a semi-transparent blue plastic. Kind of like lightning bolts. They have a little bit of give to them, so you can sort of wrap around his arms and legs. These are definitely reused from a previous Speedster. Couldn't tell you which one though. Here's Max Mercury in a running pose without the Speed Force effects. And here he is with those Speed Force effects attached. Now I want to check out the reuse on Max Mercury here. He's done with the Blue Beetle and Booster Gold body, which we've seen a lot as of late. So let's take a look. Obviously, head's totally different. And then it looks like the top part of the torso is different. He has the exaggerated collar. You can see some wrinkles in the clothing here. The abs are a little bit less prominent, but still pretty noticeable. The arms look to be the same, but they added this little glove thing on top of his forearm. Hands are the same. Diaper looks to be a little bit different, as Blue Beetle has a belt. He does not. And the legs, exactly the same. So they're the same figure, except different heads, different upper torso area, and the gloves added. Also a little bit different diaper, and of course a significantly different paint job. And I thought maybe he shared some parts with Deadman. And besides the obvious similarities between the Blue Beetle body the Deadman also uses, I thought maybe it was just the same figure, different sort of fleshy part put between the collar here, but no, that's not the case. You can see the collar goes considerably further down on him, and it's very different on him, so really nothing significant used from Deadman that wasn't used from Blue Beetle, besides maybe the diaper piece with no belt. Here, look at all the McFarlane DC Multiverse figures that utilize the Blue Beetle Booster body. We have a total of 18 of them so far. When I get the Platinum Agent Liberty, there will be 19. And now that we've taken a pretty good look at the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 7.1 inches tall, which can translate to 18 centimeters. And for his articulation, starting with his head, of course, it can rotate side to side. You can look up and down about that much. Can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint goes up more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around. He's got that butterfly ring between his shoulder and chest area, increasing the range of motion, but more importantly, covering up the giant gap that would be there. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbows. His wrist can rotate, and they're hinged. His torso is a ball joint. Rotate around, forward and back. Another one in his waist. Rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, pretty good range of motion in the torso area. Legs, complete dozen splits, McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation, decent on him. Legs go forward all the way. Back not much. Double jointed knees. And then the ankle. Forward and back. Rotate. Tilt, rock. And of course, toe articulation. Now to switch to a city type setting. Here's Max Mercury running through the city streets. Here's a closer view of Max Mercury, Speedforce effects surrounding him. And here's a side view of Max Mercury. Now let's check him out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Speedforce figures. Here he is, next to several different Barry Allen Flash figures. And here he is, next to a couple of Wally West Flash figures. Then, with a Jake Garrick Flash figure. And now, with a Wallace West Kid Flash figure. Here's Max Mercury, next to an Impulse figure. Now those are all the different McFarlane Speedster hero characters they've made. Now let's check out the villains. Here he is, next to a couple of Reverse Flash figures, both the Eobard Thawne version and the Daniel West version. And here he is, next to Godspeed. Then, next to the Rival. And now, with a couple of Dark Flash figures. And finally, next to the Red Death. Here's a look at all of the McFarlane DC Multiverse Speedsters they've made so far. We have a total of 36 of them. The only character I can think of that they haven't made yet is Dr. Zoom. But you know they're going to make a ton of other Barry Allen figures. I believe the next one to come out is going to be Barry Allen from the Justice League Task Force wave. Now let's check him out next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the Platinum Chase Bullseye Batman and Hugo Strange's Batman. Here's Max Mercury, next to the Batman Classic TV series Adam West Batman, the Dick Grayson Batman, and the World's Finest Batman-Superman Fusion. Both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the Fusion Batman. There's also a Platinum Chase variant of Adam West and Dick Grayson, and I'm big time on the hunt for those. If anybody has a lead on where I might be able to get one, please drop me a line in the comments below. It is much appreciated. And here he is, next to the 6th wave of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures. Clock King, Red Hood, Ragman, and Agent Liberty. There are Platinum Chase variants of all 4 of these guys, and I'm on the hunt for these guys big time as well. Drop me a line in the comments below if you have any tips or help there. Then, next to the DC Classics Darkseid Mega figure, and now, next to the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Superman Centennial Park Tribute statue. Here's Max Mercury, next to the 5th wave of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of Sergeant Rock, Manga Batman, and Connor Kent Superboy. And for those of you that watched my Sergeant Rock video, he was missing a helmet. I emailed McFarlane, and bam, they sent me one. It arrived today. And here he is, next to the most recent Platinum wave. Well, I guess it's not the most recent anymore. Sportsmaster, Manhunter, and the New 52 Reverse Flash. Then, next to the 2nd digital wave, Green Arrow, Superman, and the Atom. And now, with the DC Rebirth Tim Drake Robin, and both the Platinum and regular versions of the Cyborg Superman. And finally, next to the Target exclusive, Jim Gordon in his rookie suit Mega figure versus Mr. Bloom 2-pack. Now let's check him out next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you don't know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines. all McFarlane toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, next to some Jack-specific wrestling figures, and some Diamond Select toys, here's Max Mercury, next to my poor empty wallet after all the figures I found today. And here he is, next to some DC Direct and NECA figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and Mattel DC figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, with some SH figure arts and some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, it's a cool figure. It's a character, frankly, I never heard of, and I'm very familiar with the DC Universe, but more so on the Batman side of things. The figure looks good. I don't personally really like his look. I think the mask looks kind of dumb, but the figure looks pretty good translated from the comic to plastic form. I do appreciate getting another Flash Ally and Speedster. I think that's really cool. 32 Speedsters, my word. His accessories, they're actually some of my least favorite Speedforce accessories that I've seen from McFarlane. Don't like how they attach. Articulation is everything you expect from a modern McFarlane figure. Sculpt and paint job, pretty good. If I were to rate this guy, probably give him like a 6 out of 10. It's a character I never heard of. Once I read about him, still didn't really feel like I needed a figure for him, but it's cool to add him to the Flash team, Flash family. And I just don't really like the way he looks. I think he's kind of bland and kind of dumb. I don't know. The collar, the mask, neither one really looks good to me. The rest of him's fine. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.